What's up, YouTube? I'm Brad from Rancer Us. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Alright, so Gina Carano accuses Disney of bullying after Mandalorian firing. Now, that doesn't shock me in the least bit. It felt like from the very beginning that Disney was bullying her. And I'll tell you the reason why is because when Pedro Pascal compared half of the United States to Nazis, I kind of felt like, okay, he got a slap on the wrist, or didn't even get a slap on the wrist. I doubt he even got a talking to. There was no apology that was come out. In fact, he kind of doubled down on it. So Disney didn't have a problem with that, but Gina Carano, God forbid she comes out with a tweet that was right of center. Like, I mean, that's just a no-no in Hollywood now, and it's a real no-no in Disney because they're promoting femininity and female empowerment and all of these things. I mean, it's just it's so in your face now that it just make you want to gag. It's just so much in there, and it doesn't matter. You know, I'm all for female-led series and movies and all that. I don't frankly care if it's female or male or any of those things. I'm sick and tired of, in the 21st century, we have somehow got so focused on, I don't know, male, female, gay, straight, black, white. Why can't we just, I don't know, watch a show about aliens in a galaxy far, far away and just, I don't know, enjoy the show, not worry about what that person's tweeting? Like, I kind of just feel like Twitter is like a distraction. I just feel like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all of those different things, I feel like they're just a distraction there to give the news media something to do. Because let's face it, the news media does not want to do their work. This article just plainly states it by just how biased it is. It doesn't want her to paint herself as a victim. Now, anybody else, any other female character that would be painted as a victim. And, it'd be Disney that would be out there apologizing just with the accusation that they were bullying somebody. But no, because it's Gina Carano, these people, they'll go out there and the news media and that write for Screen Rant or whatever will go out there and say, you know what, she's not a victim because she doesn't agree with me politically. She might have voted for the wrong person. Is that what it is? I mean, that's kind of what I get out of it. But I mean, just let me let y'all hear what she says in her own words. Says right here, Carano's removal from The Mandalorian came after public outcry over her social media activity, as well as the creation of the hashtag #FireGinaCarano. No. That was Twitter outcry, not public outcry. They need to learn the difference. There is difference between Twitter and the public. The public was loving her character. She was probably one of the most fan favorite Star Wars character that was a female since Princess Leia. Like, I mean, she was that popular, and they just fired her because there was some jerks on Twitter that got offended by crap. They were looking for reasons to get offended by stuff from her. The move was decisive and quick, but it still left numerous unanswered questions in its wake. Prior to the issue in question, Carano's stature within Star Wars universe was growing, with some reports stating that there were plans to create a Cara Dune spinoff that would have seen Carano receive a significant bump in pay. In addition to this, Carano was getting her own Mandalorian action figure. I love how they put canceled next to it, almost gleefully. And it genuinely seemed that she was on the cusp of building something new within the Star Wars universe. Now that her future within the franchise has been scrapped, Carano still isn't prepared to take stock of the damage she's caused herself. That she's caused herself? I take offense to that, because no, that's not the damage that she caused herself. She did a simple thing of saying, "Hey, we don't need to hate everybody, our neighbors, because that's a bad thing, and that's happened before, and this is what's happened when we start doing that." And they're like, "No, because you compare, or they think you've compared something to the Jews or the Holocaust, whatever it might be. They attack her just because of the word, not because of what she's trying to state. Like, it just blows my mind at these Twitter frauds. But it says, during a recent YouTube interview with right-wing personality Ben Shapiro, again, right-wing, they got. I love how they got to point that junk out. They don't do it with anything else. Like if it was Vox, the interview with Vox, they're not going to say left-wing, for something with Vox, but they will right-wing for Ben Shapiro. Carano spoke about her firing from The Mandalorian, as well as her personal feelings regarding Disney. From her point of view, Disney's decision to remove her from The Mandalorian was a result of a type of headhunting that the 38-year-old feels was unjustly leveled at her for a lengthy period of time leading up to her actual dismissal. Arguing that she and others have been bullied by Disney, Carano stated, "I've been through so much and I've seen so much now, clearly, of the bullying that's been taking place. And I saw it before, and it's not like, I'm not the only one that's ever been bullied by this company. And I know that. I know that so deeply that I could share a story and it would turn things around in the media. But I can't do that because it would be selling out a friend that I don't really have the same views as. But I'm not going to, sell out somebody to take the attention off me." And then, it says right here, regardless of what sort of story or evidence that Carano might have, it's hard to imagine one specific anecdote turning things around for her. It's from the very start of making news, due to her controversial opinions, it was Carano's decision to take the stances that she took. As it stands, her decision of an acceptable argument is obviously out of step with the opinions of many. Well, so what? You can't take a stance on anything without millions of people disagreeing with you. What's wrong with that? Is that a negative thing to have a different opinion? See, that's the part that drives me crazy with Disney or any of these media sites, is because they don't feel like you should be able to speak your mind, and you shouldn't be able to think how you think because you're ignorant, because you don't agree with them 110% of the time. Even people that agree with them 99.9% of the time, they still go at if they misstep in even the smallest amount, and then those people got to go groveling back to them, doing apology tours because of whatever, and it's usually the most minuscule of things. What Gina Carano said was minuscule. Sorry guys, it was. Go back and read it for yourself. Don't read it from a political point of view. Just read the words as though you don't know who wrote them. And just tell me if that story is any different than probably something that you've seen on Facebook before, that probably one of your loved ones or something have put on one of these social media sites. It wasn't denigrating anybody. It was literally telling people, don't hate people because they differ from you. I thought that's what Disney was for. Like, I mean, I thought that was, I got a 2-year-old and I got a 4-year-old, and they've watched a lot of Disney over the years, and I thought that's what Disney was about. But apparently, I have to, I will just come out and say it. I have to probably agree with Gina Carano in that it sure looks like that's what Disney's about, is bullying. It looks like Disney's a fraud. It feels like Disney's a fraud. Articles like this make me feel like Disney is a fraud. It makes me believe Gina Carano more than it makes me not believe her. Which that's another thing about all of this, is it feels like the media thinks, man, if we just paint this as something right wing, left wing, whatever, then we'll get the people that we want to support whatever it is. That they'll agree with it wholeheartedly, and they'll be against this woman wholeheartedly because they have to be lockstep with us in every single way. I hate that everything's political now. Like I said, if you would have read her comments without any kind of political tinge whatsoever, you would probably read that and go, that kind of makes sense a little bit. Like don't hate your neighbor. We're seeing, it feels like we're seeing this uptick in that, where, and you see it in the media, and the media was like glorifying it a little bit, where these young people were saying, well, I don't know if I want to be around my parents anymore because they voted differently than I did. Like, I mean, the media was like, yeah, they're standing up for their beliefs against these bigoted parents of theirs. Like, it just, they promote that junk and everything. They make everything political because they know that will get half the country on their side, and that just, instead of people looking at something from just clear-eyed, they just automatically, when they hear the words Ben Shapiro, right wing, all of those kind of things along those lines, they just automatically just be like, that's what it is. If Ben Shapiro, if I'm a leftist, Ben Shapiro bad, so if she's talking to Ben Shapiro, she's bad. I mean, it's just so much of this, and it's just corroded our society in general, that nothing's fun anymore. Try watching a football game, a basketball game, and try enjoying yourself without trying to get some SJW message by the commentators every 5 seconds. It drives me crazy. The guy is dribbling down the court. He goes up to shoot, but before he does, let me tell you about your whiteness. Like, it's just like, come on, guys. Let's have some fun. We can talk about important issues, but let's not make it where everything has to be depressing and in your face and controversial. Let's just, I don't know. Let's enjoy something like Star Wars in a galaxy far, far away. Keep it in a galaxy far, far away. Don't bring it into the problems that we have on places like Twitter, Facebook, and wherever it might be. Let's keep politics out of Star Wars. Let's keep it out of movies. Let's keep it out of sports. Let's keep it in the political realm where it belongs, not in occasionally hey, speak it at home, speak it with your family. Don't hate your family because they voted differently than you. I mean, geez. That should be like common sense, but apparently it's not anymore. I don't know. It just drives me crazy, guys. It's these kind of stories. Gina Carano, I'm a huge Gina Carano fan. I feel like she speaks the truth in a lot of different ways. There's nothing about her that is offensive to me. I feel like Pedro Pascal is more offensive than Gina Carano. Like, he has literally come out and attacked people personally. I mean, literally half the country called them Nazis. I mean, so why did he get, at least a slap on the wrist about that? And then she gets fired. It even in the what is it, the investors meeting, when they were naming all of these different shows and out there, it even, there was articles that was even stated that, way back since November they were looking for reasons to fire. So I mean, this wasn't the product of her tweets or whatever it was, or Instagram, whatever it was. It was not from that. It was, they were looking for a reason to fire her because she was center right, or at least that's the way they viewed it. But that's my take on it. Let me know if y'all take Gina Carano's side on this. Do y'all believe that Disney was really bullying her? I really personally think Disney was bullying her. I think Disney's 110% at fault on this. But that's just my opinion on that. Let me know if y'all think differently. And guys, you know what? That's the fun thing about it. You can think differently, and that's cool. Let's talk about it. We're fans here. Let's talk about it. Let's debate it. But this whole cancel culture, it's garbage. I don't like it. I don't like it on the left or the right. I just don't like it. People should be able to say what they want to. But that's just, I want to say that's just me, but dang it, that should be like 99.9% of the country. Like, but it's just not anymore. And, and that's sad. That really truly is sad. This is Gina Carano's firing is a product of the times, of how corroded our society has become. It's that. I mean, this is the very definition of what is wrong with America. Not Gina Carano, but the idea that Gina Carano can't go out there and say and think what she believes. That's my take on it. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and y'all take care.